Jackson, can you leave? Zach, can you? That
If you guys get bored, come follow my channel.
His channel.
My channel's better than your channel, so you can't see me.
Alright. This is Pokemon Sun and Moon, the 7th generation of Pokemon. Nintendo had dropped November 18, 2016, last year, on new Nintendo 3DS systems. So, a little bit to say about this game before we start. The game has changed a lot over the years, trust me. From Red and Blue, the originals released in Western sides, to Sun and Moon, that's a big difference. We started on a simple Game Boy to the all-revolutionary 3DS, but how do these games actually hold up? Well, Pokemon Sun and Moon, I have to say, was a fairly alright game. That's the rating I'm gonna give it. A perfect 7, I'd say. Not anything higher, not anything less, because it wasn't really a bad game, if I'm being completely honest, but a lot of people seem to not enjoy it as much as I do. Some other features they added into the game were to build your own Pokemon League. The Pokemon League isn't there as soon as you start the game, but soon enough, as you progress through the story and things like that, a Pokemon League will begin to form. The Elite Four forms up of a couple of trainers, born and raised inside the Alolan region, and you yourself had to take on and win the first ever title as champion of the Alolan. The removal of Mega Evolution, it happened to be some sort of, let me think, because it really wasn't a big deal for me because I've kind of moved past it faster than a lot of others have, but it really did stick on me in some ways or another, because after you complete the game, for those who didn't know, you do gain access to Mega Evolution. It really did shine that nostalgic light I had playing Generation 6, X and Y, and Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire that did include Mega Evolution in the main plot of the story. This game, however, decides to include Z moves, or a new form of attacking that makes you hold a different form of item. Instead of a Mega Stone, you hold a Z Crystal. A Z Crystal could be one of the 18 types or exclusive for certain Pokemon, such as Snorlax or Pikachu. Now, a couple of things that they could have done better with Pokemon Sun and Moon are simply keeping in some of the features. A lot of fan favorite Pokemon weren't returned back into the game immediately, but as soon as Pokemon Bank came out to transfer over your Pokemon from Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire and X and Y, and the fan favorites, Classics, Red and Blue, you could bring your fan favorite Pokemon back into the game. So that really helped a lot over the years. Because a lot of fans, they don't like giving up their Pokemon, because you level up Pokemon over the years, they become, you become attached, of course, so bringing them back is always a good feeling. I wasn't able to bring them back because my games got damaged, but I'm sure a lot of fans like you could do as well. Competitive battling is a big thing in the Pokemon company, or the franchise as a whole now, and a lot of fans seem to think that there aren't that many competitively valuable Pokemon. I fear to disagree, but of course there are always a few disclaimers. A couple of the really good competitive battling Pokemon, or competitive Pokemon in general, they don't even have to be for battling, It's useful trading out there. It would be Pokemon such as Toxapex, or their new, Z-move exclusive Pokemon such as Snorlax, the Snorlax Z. The mystery gift is over, how unfortunate, but whoever did get it, please train up your Snorlaxes and let me know if you want to hit a battle. And also, a couple other things they added to this game. They had a Poke Finder feature, which reminded a lot of people of the nostalgic Pokemon Snap from Nintendo 64. That was an all too good game, if I'm being completely honest. I had fun with that game as a child. Not sure if I would nowadays, but you always have to go back to the classics sooner or later. In my opinion, the future of Pokemon, I still think it holds strong. Just because it was somewhat of a fluke this time doesn't mean it's over. For example, we had Generation 3. A lot of people didn't enjoy the series as much back then. I mean, it still by far is one of my favorite generations. Generation 3, don't get me wrong. Pokemon Emerald, that's a classic. Pokemon Fire Red, Leaf Green, more classics. Don't forget about the first ones that started Generation 3, Ruby and Sapphire, even more classics. But as we go on through time, the game does change a lot. Soul Silver and Heart Gold, Diamond Pearl and Platinum, those are all Generation 4 games, for example, some of my favorites. Generation 5, we have Black and White 2. A lot of people didn't enjoy those games as much because they changed so much over time. A lot of people do want Nintendo or Game Freak to return to these more classic ways of playing the game, but over time, things do change. New impressions have to be made. There's a new audience building up, so I'm alright with the change, but I would like to see one day a full 3D experience on Nintendo Switch. Just shouting out at you, Nintendo. But to end off, my name is Kavon Jones. You can find me on Facebook under site Kavon Jones, of course, by my own name. And you can find more content from this channel or business we're building up named UMetaCloud.tv. Have a good time.